little brown girl, you are so beautiful to me. I hope you see. Hey there,
hi guys, my name is Tamika Newhouse, best-selling author of Sugar Hill and the publisher of Delphine Publications, and you are tuned into Traces of Mika Season 2, The Other Side of Healing. Howdy guys.
Hola.
Alright guys, you are tuned in for the finale episode of Traces of Mika Season 2, and I am joined here by my partner, my, I guess she's going to be, what you call her, my partner in crime, and she is the yin to her yang. Did I say it right?
Your yang.
Okay, my yang to her yin. Oh yeah, that's right. Legendary LaQuita. Did I say it right?
Legendary.
Okay, legendary
For those that don't
LaQuita.
know, if you're not around her, she can't talk.
Yeah, I have a list, so it keeps me from being able to enunciate.
And articulate.
Is it enunciate? Did I say it right? Enunciate?
It's
Enunciate or pronunciate? Pronunciation? Enunciate or say the words correctly. So, in any event, I mean well.
She does.
So, today's conversation is going to be on friendships and partnerships. So, I don't know if you guys, and I'm going to get comfortable. I don't know if you guys listened to season 1. A lot of season 1, I think you bought 3 or 4 episodes.
Right.
But there is a skit on season 1 called
They need
niggas. Because we were celebrating 420. So this is the backstory behind dating these niggas. We were celebrating 420. And one of our friends came over to also smoke. So we was just, having a good time. And we just started talking about all these different, how it come up? All these different type of niggas that you could date.
Because we were high.
Okay, that was what was going on.
Yeah,
it was one of them
anything goes.
And so, I'm a relationship, I like to think I'm a relationship expert and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, expert. So, I wanted to, first to give, your expertise, you have to identify the types of niggas that exist.
Right.
So, that's where we got into talking about the types of dudes that exist and, how to date them. So, dating these niggas. What
made you think about that?
What?
Dating these niggas. Why now?
Oh, because I'm just telling them about you. And who you are. She was on season 1. Hello. I need you to catch up. Wake up, man.
I'm the one that did all the laughing in season 1.
Yes, very much so.
But I kept it hot though.
Yes, she did. She always keeps it funny and humorous or whatever. But I like to think that I'm the comedian. So in any event, I wanted to bring you on to season 2. You can look at me and not the camera, man. We talking to each other.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I wanted to bring you on for season 2 because obviously we work and our lives are intertwined in more ways than one than people can ever imagine. And I want people to be able to see that there is a way to build a partnership with like-minded individuals. There is a way to make it work. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk about how our union got started because people always think that either we kin, we sisters, or we go together.
Just got asked that question on Sunday.
Right. So, in any event, let's talk about it. I met you 12, 13 years ago.
Definitely about that long ago.
I came in with my roller bag of books. Yes. I had my books in my little roller bag. Just 09.
Heavily opinionated.
Yes. About what? Oh, yeah. We ain't going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that because apparently people didn't like me because I had this mouth. Like, I don't know. I saw some things. I made comments and apparently that rubbed people the wrong way. But in any event, I'm green. So I'm just, in my own world. Lollygagging. Whatever. Come into the store. You sitting behind the booth. She owned a bookstore. Not a bookstore. Well, then you own a bookstore.
5.
And she ended up owning 5. That's pretty dope, right? So she had this independent bookstore chain along the East Coast called the Leroy Joint. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't called Leroy Joint that time when I went. It was called something else. And so when I went to a store, I had, you got to tell me about, but tell them about the encounter. So now Quita gonna take over and tell them about our first encounter, our history.
Tamika you were hilarious. You had all these opinions about everybody else's books, the type of people that were coming in the store, what they should and should not be buying.
I don't think that was on the first visit.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember that.
And I just had to explain to you that my customer base wasn't going to buy the book because it was ugly.
Yeah, she did. You did say my book cover was ugly. And it actually looked a little something like my shirt. It was yellow. Yeah, it was yellow, and it was an Afrocentric lady on it, but it ain't had anything to do, with the storyline. I just thought that it was a pretty clean cover art. But
it was clean cover art. It just couldn't sit on the shelves in the genre you wanted to and expect people to pick it up first.
In any event, I took the constructive feedback.
She did.
And I designed a new cover.
And we made lots of money together.
Yes, we actually did. Key point. We made a lot of money. And I'm still this little country girl from Texas, have no experience with East Coast folks.
At all.
But I literally used to come up to DC area every month. Every other month or so, selling my books, talking to people. I'd be on the corners, on the street corners. Waving my book in the air. I'd be at all the hood bookstores. Yep. I'd be like, come get your autographed copy, as if I was somebody. And I would be in New York on the corners with the book vendors as well. And LaQuita had all the connects with the book vendors, the bookstores. Because not only that, you had distribution. You gotta tell me about what you were doing, man.
It's not about me, but when I had
this
the
is
stores,
traces of Mika, and your traces of me,
because I distributed your books too.
Yes.
My reach went from the stores to distribution, and then eventually to publishing, because that was the cheapest way to have a lower bottom line. And it's always about the money for me.
Yeah, for her it's always about the money, because I was about to say, well, what's the bottom line? Oh yeah, that's right, money. So yeah, her hands was in a lot of different things. And at this point, I think when you were starting to publish, Delphine Publications we was doing the damn thing. I was grossing, I don't want to put my numbers out there, but it was a nice round six figure. Just on books. Okay, I put it out there. Just on books, I would pocket, or my company would bring in anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a month just from the books, the ebooks alone. And so then we would go and do our trade shows, and then we'll do 25, 3,000, just the weekend at these book events. And I think our dynamic started getting closer, because my hands is always in everything. Like your hands is in distribution, the bookstores, book marketing. Now you're doing the publishing. You hitting the road with your writers. I was doing the same. So our paths were overlapped. They were crossed. For years, because again, we the same age. We was dominating, the industry in both of our lanes. She 20
came in and took over my title of the youngest. No, I'm still the youngest. I was the youngest.
Oh yeah, after yours. That's right. You like 2 months. She 2 months younger. That don't matter. But I came in as the youngest writer, I guess. And I was just doing the most, and in a good way.
Really doing the most.
In a good way. I had a bomb ass time.
Why can't we just go back?
I know, right, man? It was, people don't get it. Writers can live the life of a musician or an actor or like this rock star or whatever. Like, we have our own industry and our own world, our own events, our own parties, our own... couples or gossip and whatever the case is, we had a whole the same thing. Drama. Yep, beefs and drama.
Like we the music industry.
Right, and really we write books. But it was fun, man. It was fun. One year we crossed paths at what was called the Black Pack Party.
We did?
Yes, the Black in Harlem.
Oh, you talking about from Harlem Book Fair?
Yes. Oh, no, it was some type of after party for the Harlem Book Party. Yeah, it was for the Harlem Book Fair.
You talking about Quan's after party?
Yes. Shout out to Quan. If you're going to a Quan party, Lord.
Or if you're going to a Quan book signing. I think.
Right.
My stores were so unorthodox. When Animal came out, and I know he still remembers this, we had a line out the door. It was pouring down, raining. But I just remember we made every customer of mine, no matter the age, take a shot of Hennessy because that's his favorite drink. When I say lit.
And he took a shot with everybody.
He took a shot with every customer.
Can't never drink with Quan at all. Like, that was the first, I think I drank Remy one night for the first time dealing with Quan and his friends.
Don't do
brown liquor, straight brown liquor. I'm telling y'all.
Table, man.
Nah. Nope. Never again. Never again. That was grown folk drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those parties was fun. Like I miss seeing, some of those writers and being around that whole energy, and that was fun before, a lot of what we call the Facebook writers
Right.
came around. The industry shifted. Everybody and mama was publishing. There was hundreds and hundreds of ebooks coming out versus just a few.
When you say everybody was publishing, and we talked about this in season 1, you could call me disrespectful. Everybody was not publishing because most of the self-published people wasn't even a business.
Okay. Everybody was uploading. Okay, so let me say it right. Everybody was uploading books into Amazon. That's what y'all were doing. Y'all wasn't getting edited. Y'all wasn't taking other people's manuscripts, creating coats, manipulating the system. So now you getting everybody mama to strategically download a book at a certain time, and it's fucking up the numbers, and it changed the algorithm. Amazon always trying to find a way to get ahead of it because black folks is finding a way to manipulate the system. Well, not just black folks, because white folks were doing it too. Writers in general was finding a way to beat their system. And so Amazon will find a new way, or new algorithm, or a new system
to circumvent it.
Exactly. And so then it became harder to earn the same amount of money that you used to earn. So everything was shifting. On top of that, I think by the time we crossed paths again, it was weird because I don't even know how we just talked one day. We was just maybe.
I don't remember how we ended up on the phone, but I know it was when we had came up with LLP, and we was literally on the phone like, "What you doing? Right. Well, let's do it together."
And it was something about making money. I'm like working, trying to make money because at this point, I'm transitioning out of one thing and trying to restructure another.
I had
I'm
some
burnt
potential
out.
Clients. You had some potential clients, and we just put them together.
We was like, let's work together then. It makes sense. I think what worked with us is you have your strengths, and I have my strengths, and neither one of us try to do each other's job.
Not even a little bit.
I don't want to do what you do,
and I definitely don't. Want
and she don't ever want to do what she like. We would listen, and we have we can get on the scale of things. I can understand what you're doing, and vice versa. But
of course,
I ain't trying to do it, and she not trying to do it. So I'm the creative one. She the business.
I'm the business one.
And I think that partnerships work when people identify their strength and they respect their space and they work together in their own space. That's what I was about
to say. It's a difference between understanding what your role is and accepting what your role is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can know that somebody is not strong in something, but if you keep badgering them, that means you don't accept it. Like it's not necessarily you trying to make them better. It's you wanting them to be who you want them to be, even though you know that's not a strength for them. Yeah, so I think we work well together because our strengths and weaknesses are different, and we accept what each other's strengths and weaknesses are. I think that's a key point.
And even when she get on my nerves,
which I do,
I don't. I allow the moment to happen because it's gonna happen. People are going to get on your nerves. Like it's going to be some type of disagreement. It's going to be frustration and where you may have a disagreement and an argument, but I allow that space to happen. We, have a little moment, and probably on the same day or the matter of hours, we talking about, okay, what you want to eat? Or, okay, I'm about to roll up, you straight? Or like whatever. Like we just keep it moving because what we going to do? Stay mad?
Right.
The goal is the money.
Right. The goal is the money. We can't make no money being mad at each other.
At all. So after we launched LLP was our first brand management company that we launched together. Then you went ghost again. She had her moments where she go ghost. And this is me allowing her to be her, be in her space. Two
sides to every story.
Two sides. My side right.
I didn't go ghost. I launched another company.
See? Okay, so let's talk about that because I forgot about when you did that. Thank you for reminding me. So here we are, already launched a whole company. It's registered, everything. Yep.
We were a real business. Licensing. We were a real business.
Did she go and start a whole other company?
Now let me explain why.
Okay.
No, for real. And my reasons may not have been correct, but my heart was definitely in the right place. So when starting a company, you just can't expect to. be making thousands of dollars, but you still have to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I went and took a small time job while we were doing what we were doing, so I can have a steady stream of income. Both of us are single parents. We raising our children. We trying to provide stability. So the little gig that I got, they were frustrating me because I understood business and I poked holes in their infrastructure.
Being insubordinate.
It wasn't being insubordinate. It was being me. This is why I can't work for anybody.
Right. Going and trying to change their operations.
I didn't try. I did, and they're better off for it. But at any rate, when the road was over with that company, I still needed some type of income to support my lifestyle. So I created an identical company to theirs. And became,
Are you supposed to be saying this?
It became their competitor.
She really did, though. And not one time did I say, why is you doing that? Don't do that. That's messing up what we doing.
She didn't.
I don't want you to do that. I never made it about me.
She didn't.
I maintained my strength and my role in what I was doing.
Yep.
And when it was time, she jumped back into what she needed to. See, I let her have her moment. Go ahead, have your moment. Do what you need to do.
That was a 3-year moment.
Yeah, that was a little hot minute. But at the end of the day, it's like when you have built, I guess, a friendship and an understanding of the other person, it's not about making their choices about you sometimes. Sometimes It's about like, okay, well, that's not working for me, and this is not working for you. So let you do this, you do that, and I'm not mad. We're going to still coexist. We're going to still communicate. We're going to still talk and, make it do what it do. She strategized and convinced me about a company that she done left my company for.
Every day.
And I ain't saying shit. I'm listening. I'm encouraging. All this just listening.
Songs with me while I'm on the road in the middle of the night.
I gave her company a little nickname. It was called Snitch Services. I was being real supportive. And then it was time. Came back over here. And we made do what we do. We applied some of the things that she learned from that company over here.
We did.
She had her moment too where you had to mourn that
the loss
of that company.
It's like losing a baby.
Yep.
When you take something so personal and you invest your time, your money, you provide opportunities to other staff. It's a hard loss to swallow, but when it's over, it's over. Sometimes things end and you can start something else anew. You can even start the exact same thing over and reapply what you learned and get the ground running all over again.
Get further than you did last time.
Yeah.
Just keep trying.
So now keep going.
And so I think that was an interesting time and test of the bond, because neither one of us made it a negative thing or transition back and forth.
I was doing the bare minimum before the important things, like maybe reviewing documents or some creative brainstorming. My phone was always open and available to her, and we still talked every day like we do now.
Yep. And that takes me to, I guess, the space of, well, the people may be like, well, how did y'all get there? Well, how did you get to the point of where you just accept your friend for who she is, and you don't try to change them or whatever the case is? Because it's not too many. I only have like a handful of people that I'm willing to put my feelings to the side sometimes. So for because it ain't about me.
Right.
And so I think,
even though my friend loved when it's about her, she loves attention.
And I hate when I don't get
taller than me and will stand in front of me for a picture in a minute.
And I'm like, oh, my bad. But hey,
let me tell you why that part works when it comes to partnership, and maybe this will help somebody else who are dealing with, I want to be famous. I want to be famous. Well, I want to be in the spotlight. I want to be in the spotlight. Even before we coexisted, and I had all those businesses and I was building this large, massive empire, I still never wanted my face attached to it.
This is true.
People knew I worked there, but they didn't know that I owned the entire franchise. They didn't know that the girl that was answering the phone at the bookstore
Hello
is who's cutting the checks for all these people. Bi-weekly, might I add. But at any rate, I think that's another reason why it works for us. We can be equal and never compete for the public's eye.
Right.
It's something we've never gone through because I don't want it.
Not only do you not want it, you struggle with it. So even getting her to sit down for this podcast is it's very rare that she would even
see me.
Yes, because she don't like doing this stuff. Like she ain't been on Instagram about 3 years. She ain't been on Twitter about a year.
Guess what? I didn't die.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't die from not being on social media.
I'm about to say, what you mean? Like dead? like dead?
I'm still surviving.
Okay.
I'm still living.
True.
I miss the funnies. You know, I love being on social media.
So I keep you in the loop. I send her the memes and stuff.
The funnies. So other than that, I'm not a nosy person. I'm never really in nobody's business other than the people that's in my circle.
Right.
So I really don't care what 50 Cent posts and that Will Smith is the dad of the year or Jada had an entanglement. Like, that shit really has no effect on my life. When you are trying to build something, and in our case, we trying to get back to something that we have already achieved and experienced. It's a different type of focus.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about, or you don't have time to worry about what Will Smith and them is doing because you're trying to be Will Smith.
Yep.
Literally, like we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And don't get me wrong, I have my days where I bullshit and I might only work for an hour. But I work,
an hour.
I have invested enough where I know that if I need to work in the middle of the night because that's a better schedule for me, that's what I'm going to do so that I can have focus. So nobody's calling my phone. So I'm not getting any text messages. So I can have as much coffee as I desire and just get in my zone. People got to learn how to get in their zone, whether it's with a person or without a person. If it's meant for you to have a person, that will come. We were around each other for years. And it clicked when it was supposed to. Like literally when it was supposed to.
And it was some years, maybe like 6 years until it got to that point of talking to your ass every day.
This is true.
It was, it took a lot. It took a minute, and you were always there. You were always considered a friend. That's crazy. Always considered a friend. So anytime I was on the East Coast, I knew I was coming to come talk to your ass.
Yep.
Even when it was time, because you never went out to go have fun or shit like that. I remember seeing your ass one time outside the bookstore, and that was just, you was pulling up late even then. We had already ate. Because Quita was always at work. So you had to go to work to see Quita.
Literally. That's probably why I'll never do another, and I say never, but we've talked about doing this. So I might not say never. But doing a retail business or a cash business, it's a different animal to tackle. People are always going to have emergencies. People are going to always call out. And remember, I had 5 locations. And I was driving 2 Mercedes at the time. So I was fucking my cars up, going up and down the road, this location. And I'm great with team building. So I had solid staff at every location. But life happens. The more people you provide opportunities for, the more things that are available to go wrong. And you really got to be ready to handle that. So before, I guess I say this to say, when deciding if you want to be a brand or a business with somebody or without somebody, you got to think about the long picture, what your goals really are. Is it something that you just want to do to provide a service or product for the community? Are you going to outgrow yourself where you're going to need staff? Is it even your desire to have staff? Like, there's a lot that goes into running a successful business, not just a business. Just like there's a lot that goes into maintaining a successful friendship. We deal with that every single day. And I think that's why we're where we are. We have invested time. And not just time like regular friends, but we have a lot in common. So we can be having a business meeting and then bust out in songs. Cracking jokes, and then people in my background are like, well, I didn't know you was on a business call. Well, you ain't hear me talking about reports. Like, I can laugh on my business call. I just take a song.
This is true.
Just be quiet.
This is true. I like where we are. I definitely appreciate, and I thank you for the part that you have played in my journey, like creating, helping me to be, I guess, confident. Also, being that sounding board that I need when people are attacking me, when life is hard, when family is getting on my nerves, just when I need to vent. It don't even like Quita. I called Quita a few times, and somebody that said something, did something. Cause see, people won't leave me alone. People be trying to be mean to me, man. And so I tell Quita what's going on. She catching the flight. She did this about at least 2 times
this
where you
year.
actually did it.
This year.
Where she would just catch a flight and what's up? I'm just saying. It was another time where she flew to me and we got on the road, to head back up home because, it was some shit I need to handle. And she was there in the passenger seat riding. Ain't say shit. For hours. The ride was like 12 hours, like a 12-hour drive. And this is the type of, I guess, dedication and friendship that I preach. I preach.
We needed a bell. Ding!
That I appreciate because, man, you allow me to be silly. You don't make fun of me when I mispronounce words. You don't make me.
I just correct you.
You don't make me feel slow. You never make me think that any of my ideas are far-fetched. You be like, oh, Lord, something else. Yeah, because you be like, hold on, well, can we finish this other idea first?
No, first, can you tell me how this is about to make some money?
This is true. Well, whatever.
It's a difference for creatives and business moguls. Not to say that you're not a business mogul. But
I am a mogul. I'm a mogul in the making.
You operate out of passion.
Yes.
I operate out of profit.
Yes.
So you will go to the end of the earth. Scorching fire.
I ain't got nothing left to give. But I'm going to make it work.
With nothing left but her underwear and a trash bag on. She going to the end of the earth for her passion. But sometimes passion don't turn into profit. So we got a nice little balance here where I don't let her ideas get so far-fetched that we forget
that
we coming out of pocket with this shit. Hold tight.
Hey. And I had to, the conversation I just had with Brittany, and I was talking to her about the foundation of the awards.
Okay.
And how the awards started, I invested in that. I was spending $20,000-$30,000 a year before I had sponsors coming in and helping to fund that festival. You came in and you basically kind of put a stop to, or made it make sense. Because for me, I had a goal and a vision, and it needed to exist. And I wasn't trying to wait for nobody to tell me, do it. So I did it. And then I'm like, well, I want money back. And so you helped me kind of understand how to,
That's why we yin and yang, because it just works.
It just works.
Literally.
This has been a good conversation. I'm excited about what we got coming up moving forward. I think where we're at now, we are cruising.
Yeah.
We cruising through the word. Now I feel like I need a new challenge.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, we can't keep cruising. When you cruise, there's no growing. You just stand right here. I won't go right here. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right.
So for those, who are aspiring writers, or if you have new books out, you got films, we have a media company that helps writers build their brands, develop their brands, maintain their brands, profit from their brands. We curate events, produce films, and oversee projects. I mean, it's almost like everything that you can think of.
Literally.
Under one umbrella. And in going into 21, we are expanding, those entities, and we are bringing in new partners. And so if you're an aspiring writer or aspiring business owner, hey, you can holler at us. Yes.
Call for schedule a free brain strategy call.
DelphinePublications.com, DelphineLegacyMedia.com, the AANBCAwards.com, what's up? TheCreativeCon.com, BlackWritersWeekend.com, TamikaNewhouse.com. What else? Is that it? Oh, AANBC.org. Come and check us out. If you have a book and if you want to come to Black Writers Weekend every summer in Atlanta, come out, party with us,
now
sell
you can
your
also
books.
catch it online. It's also digital. We're doing a hybrid thing now.
Yep. All of our sessions are on YouTube. They are full of content, full of information, you guys. Y'all can really go and discover almost all the resources you need, from publishing to marketing to finding an agent. It's all sitting on our YouTube. So just go to AANBC on YouTube, and all those videos will come up. I'll go to Black Writers Weekend.
You even gonna see a video where my name say LaQuita Brown.
That's an inside joke. Shout out to ML Henry, our friend. So this is a good struggle story. So we ain't had no budget for a crew. So I asked my friend ML Henry. He at that point he was an aspiring videographer, and free sometimes don't mean good. And we asked Mr. Henry to interview us. And so he did. He interviewed us about Black Writers Weekend and writings and things like that. And he interviewed Quita, and he asked us, to go and look at it, give us some feedback. And so we go to look for it, and we see LaQuita Brown. That's not her name. That's her name.
It's
still LaQuita Brown. Mike, when are you going to change her name? Just put legendary LaQuita Brown. Like, where you even get that from?
Struggle days.
The struggle days. But shout out to our man. I done put all my friends to work, even my children, even my former flames. Everybody gonna get this work at the ABC Awards and Black Writers Weekend.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't wait for next summer.
Oh, we got a tip coming in from outside of here.
What?
We got a request to talk about romantic relationships and dating.
Ooh, okay. Because I'm a relationship expert.
And I'm newly in a relationship.
I know. Okay. So,
me.
I'm just saying, relationships, it's so beautiful, but it's so routine.
I like my relationship.
That's good.
My relationship was 17 years in the making.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
talk about your love story.
My love story. My high school boyfriend that was 6'6" in high school.
Here we go with this 6'6", and he is a giant. Big old teddy bear.
We were so busy being kids and playing basketball and having fun, we never had sex.
That wasn't me, obviously. I
Clearly,
was doing
with
it.
This team on over here.
I was doing it and stuff.
And then I dumped him because he was nice and I was young and I didn't know.
Young and dumb.
Young and dumb. Literally.
And then was doing it to somebody else. You know what? You was so wrong.
I wasn't doing it to nobody else.
Well, eventually.
Well,
because you grew up.
I should have gave it to him. That was a decent relationship for my age, being a teenager.
We don't know nothing about him.
Then he reached out 17 years later. And it's been working.
It
has.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice? Okay, so for me, my relationship advice my dating advice is, I'm going to let you go first because I don't really have no dating advice. I say just have fun.
I don't have dating advice. I would say when somebody say they wrong, say okay and move the fuck on. Don't be trying to hold no argument. I think women, we frequently do that, which does nothing but irritate a simple ass man. But there are more things that make it complicated with relationships. So I don't really have no advice. It would have to be specific.
I guess when it comes to dating or getting into that point of being in a relationship, I guess going back to the conversation with the fellas, it boils down to being authentic for me and just communicating. And, I was talking to you just recently about just the energy in Atlanta when it comes to these dudes. And I'm so open to dating outside of the planet Earth at this point. I date it.
I would say don't look for it. I was having fun before he came around.
I don't be looking for nothing either.
But a lot of women are serial daters. They can't be single and enjoy their singledom.
Singledom.
Yeah, I made a word.
Ding.
Ding. It's okay to be alone. It's okay.
It is, and it's actually
to find
peaceful.
your own happy space. I spent a lot of time alone since my last relationship, and I'm okay. I didn't die.
Actually, I was processing that because
here we go. Here we go.
Because my last relationship, I was about 28 when I exited out my last commitment. Yeah.
And that was before we hit our 30s?
Yes. I was about 29. I remember saying I ain't want to go with my 30s with this bullshit. I remember saying it. So it was definitely before I turned 30. Is when I walked away from my last commitment. And then I was so focused on business and work. And then you came into the picture where you were there every day. So life was different.
I remember that because I was coming out of my relationship.
Yep. So you was coming,
skinny.
yep. Puny, looking like a pencil. She was coming out of her relationship. I was definitely coming out of mine. He needs to go. And our common ground was making money. Mm-hmm. And so what better time was to throw all my energy into making money.
After a heartbreak.
So, but to make money, we had to build relationships, and Atlanta is fun to build relationships in.
Oh, we've had some time.
And I was having fun all of my 30s.
You know what I learned from my first business partner?
What?
The best meetings don't happen in boardrooms.
At all.
They happen at bars.
Yep.
They happen at casinos.
Yep. Cigar bars.
Lounges.
Yep.
It could
the
be
dance
the
floor.
We have been walked up to in the club.
Met some great people we've been in business with just from hanging out. And that was the life for like the past 4 years until I met somebody who challenged that space for me.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say his name, but you call him Poppy.
Poppy.
But in any event, I met somebody who I really liked, and he was the first person I was going to consider, giving him, being his girlfriend. Because before he ain't want me to be my girlfriend. That's boring. I don't want to do that. And it's like, ugh, no. But with him, handsome, stable, handsome.
I can't dare.
He was so nice to climb up on. Just saying. But other than that, it got to the point where life was happening for me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't trust him enough. I already had a person. You my person. So
people don't seem to understand that. It's not even a girlfriend thing. We are not girlfriends. We don't sleep together. We do shop for each other. We do cook for each other. She is very spoiled, and so am I. But
like when it comes to finding a safe space, that person, whether it be a man or a woman, LaQuita was my person. So, and for him, he needed his ego, to kind of be rubbed a little bit, and I wasn't really down with that, and I wasn't really down with giving him those parts of me, and he didn't really earn it. I got somebody already I can do that with. So I ain't really care about it. So needless to say, that shit really began to fizzle out, and there was always friction. We were never on the same page at the same time.
But he was fun, though.
He was fun. He was really fun. Laughs. Yep.
He was supportive.
Yes, and he was nice to climb. Did I already say that?
Yes, you said that already.
Dang, I'm still trying to get over that part. Okay, anyway, so what was it? What were we talking about?
Oh, let me see what's this other. What was the request on the bottom? I only read the top.
On the bottom.
Stop mocking me.
Partnership, y'all talked about business but not relationship. So when finding a person, what are some deal breakers? And then what is the most important detail of a partnership, rather romantic or platonic? And they'll probably do it.
Oh, well, the I guess the characteristics I look for in a partner is ambition, confidence, because I feel like if you're ambitious, you're never gonna be broke. You're gonna always want something more. And then there's a certain type of way you carry yourself when you always aspire, want more shit. And then being confident, you just easier to deal with. I can't talk to nobody that's insecure. I can't even build nothing with nobody that's insecure. I don't want to make you feel great about yourself. I need you to feel great already, and I'm gonna just hype you up from there.
Right.
So it gotta be those two things. And I've dated all types of men. I've dated somebody that looked like Shrek. He was fun as shit.
Yep.
I've dated somebody that looked like Suge Knight. He was fun as shit. I've dated somebody that looked like the tall, dark, skinny nigga. They been tall, 6'5", 6'6", short, about 5'5".
Young.
Yes. Oh, young. We ain't gonna talk about how young. That's a whole nother story. So for me, I don't have a preference. You just gotta have those characteristics. Like, you just gotta be that person. And then you and I, we can vibe and we can hang out and we can kind of go from there. Please don't ask me to be your girlfriend though. The girlfriend thing, I'm gonna be that anyway by us just hanging out and just being around each other. That's gonna happen anyway. But if you want to plan these things, that's when I start, get away. I'm just saying. So just hang around and just be around me, and that's easy.
And what was the other question?
Deal breakers. Well, I guess that kind of went together, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, I already answered that. What about you?
I don't have either or because I wasn't looking for somebody.
This is true.
I really was okay being single, just having fun out with you.
That's because you was having fun with me, man.
That was enough for me. That was more than enough for me.
Now that I recognize that I want more, like, for me to connect with somebody, it has to be more of a mental and emotional connection. Not on a love me and it's heavy and let's fall deeply, more on a fun and light and laughing, and you get me and I get you, and we exchanging ideas and we just talking about dumb shit, just enjoying each other. That's how, for me, how it grows and how the connection kind of gets there. Not you interviewing me, not you creating boundaries for me, not you telling me what you want and then you mad that I don't want the same damn thing as you at the same damn time. I don't want to deal with that shit. Just be around me. Let's spend time together. Have, do some nasty stuff.
I can't deal.
And then let's do it again. And if we like it, let's do it again. And then let's do it again. And then while we're doing it, let's talk.
Oh.
That sounds simple, right? Okay, cool. There go my dating advice book.
Boom. There you have it.
All right, y'all. That's it. Season finale. I'll see y'all next season, I guess.
See you season 3.
Bye.
Hopefully not on the camera.
Right. You know what? No, she gonna be in season because she gonna be in every season. And also, y'all, we got movies and books and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And so eventually we're gonna have her website up. She gonna have new headshots and stuff.
Look.
Until
do you
then,
want me to say to the camera what I want to say about headshots?
Sure.
If Eric Gray can still have his headshot after all this time, I can still have my headshot after all this time. It works.
I'm not commenting on that.
What?
Eric, hey, you're a great
Eric
writer.
still looks
stuff.
the same though.
No, Eric,
works.
don't. Eric, you got this picture that you've been using for 15, 20 years. It's been 20 years.
You look the same to me the last time I seen you at the awards, so I say it works.
Eric, get a new picture. Actually, Eric, we're going to make a deal.
What we know?
If you get a new headshot, you will be featured at the next Black Rise Weekend 2021. You're going to have a whole stage. And we're going to have your new headshot on this side and then the old headshot on this side so people can see the transition. And we're going to celebrate you getting a new headshot because it's been 20 years.
I can't deal. I guess we're going to celebrate both of us getting a new headshot.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to get one because when Eric do it, then you going to do it.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, cool. Let's be that. So, Eric, we're going to talk about it.
That little brown girl.
I
just want you to know that your hair and your lips and your skin, melanin, it's all beautiful. Hey there, little brown girl. I just want you to know.